Good morning and welcome to the Essential Space. We are joined today by our Director of Sales, Jake Minot. Hello, Jake.
Good morning.
Our topic today is something we're going to cover on the initial installation cost and maintenance of three popular types of floor substrates. We're going to talk about concrete, VCT, and terrazzo. All of which we at Essential are here to help maintain and keep it looking good for your customer. Jake, if you could begin by breaking these three substrates down and providing the information of each at a time of new construction or remodel.
Yes, sure. So we're kind of tying this back to previous podcast. So the content just kind of keeps flowing forward. We chose these three substrates, concrete, terrazzo, and VCT. As many people listening to this will know, those are the three most common that we run into out in everyday life. And there tends to be this trend moving towards concrete for a lot of people. So we want to talk about why that's happening and maybe talk about some of the advantages and maybe dispel some of the myths that surround these types of substrates. So when we're talking about new construction or remodels, you look at installation costs. We're going to start with concrete, and this can get a little convoluted. So I tried to just keep it basic and keep it to average costs. Because as you know, with a concrete floor, if it's a remodel, they're pulling something up off of the concrete, whether it's carpet, whether it's VCT tile, but you're going to have some removal costs. You're going to have to get the glue, the mastic off the concrete. So there's some involved costs there with remodels versus a new construction where you're just going with concrete. So a new construction, concrete pouring, it's going to run an average of about $3 a square foot. That's going to vary regionally depending on prices, but that's a good average. And then once you pour that concrete, obviously you're going to want to polish it because most people want some kind of sheen to their floor. They want it to look good. They want some light reflectance. So as you polish that floor, you're going to get better light reflectance, which makes your facility look brighter. You may not have access to or have a way to put in many windows for natural light. So your flooring really does affect the lighting in a powerful way in your facility. So polishing that concrete up to where the light can reflect off of it is going to make it look much, much better, much brighter. And as we all know, that's an inviting environment for your customers. Nobody wants to walk into a dark, drabby building. So, your initial pour is $3 a square foot. The average cost to just polish to a good sheen on concrete is going to be about $5 a square foot. And again, this is going to vary wildly depending on how in depth you want to get with the process. If you want to do any staining or any artistic details in the flooring, that's going to drive your costs up even higher. But just a good basic first level sheen is going to be about $5 a square foot. Switching gears for just a minute. If you look at terrazzo, the installation, again, it varies wildly, but on average, you're looking at about anywhere from $20 to $70 a square foot for the terrazzo tiles. And it's going to be anywhere from $30 to $70 a square foot. They're actually pouring the terrazzo floor on site. So you have tile installation of terrazzo or you have poured floors, and they're both going to be in that $30 to $70 a square foot range. So it's considerably more expensive. But a lot of people love the aesthetics. They love the way terrazzo looks. You can do all kinds of really cool things with designs. You can put logos in it. It's come a really long way from the old days. So that's why a lot of people choose that floor.
So if I can ask a question. So you talked about in the concrete that when you do a remodel of concrete, you have the pulling up of the floor and some cost that goes into that. Would that be the same thing with terrazzo?
Typically, no. It's typically going directly over a subfloor, so a concrete subfloor. And most of the time, you see terrazzo on new construction. You don't really see much terrazzo going in on remodels. It's just not very typical for the industry. So most of the time, it's terrazzo is going to be, selected from the start of a new construction versus deciding to add it later on a remodel. So the next substrate is VCT tile, and this is the most common. You walk most of your grocery stores, this is what's in there. Most schools, a lot of office buildings, and the reason a lot of people go with this option is because VCT tiles, they look really good, and once you put a good floor finish over the top of them, you get really good light reflectance. So again, it helps your facility move light into areas where maybe you can't draw natural light into. And probably the most popular reason is because your installation costs can be anywhere from $2 to $3 a square foot on it. If you remember, terrazzo is $20 to $70 a square foot. Concrete is going to be $3 to $5 if you have to pour the concrete, and then another $5 per square foot just to get a basic polish on it. So you're $8 to $10 a square foot on concrete, so it's much cheaper. And again, it still is aesthetically pleasing, so a lot of people still love the look of VCT. There's many different options on colors and designs and some really cool things you can do with VCT tile as well. And the application or the installation cost is considerably less than the other options. So that's a very popular option, and I think VCT is going to be around a long time. Even though the trend is moving towards more concrete, VCT is still going to be there because not everybody has the budget for concrete or terrazzo installations.
Wonderful. So we covered today the initial installation and remodel installation kind of cost as far as what it costs to put three of the most popular substrates down for flooring. And if anyone has any further questions on that, please reach out to us on LinkedIn, or you can visit us on our website at www.essind.com. And as always, we look forward to seeing you again in the Essential Space. And next time we're going to cover a little bit about the maintenance on each one of these three substrates. And we hope to have you join us then. Thank you.